Good morning. Today is the 24th of July 2020. My name is Ms. Shamlina and I am the AMI Montessori Directress at Monteca International Playschool. First of all, I would like to thank you all for joining us in. Today is the 18th episode of our Parent Info Seminar. And today we will show you how a 3-period name lesson works in a Montessori school.
Hi, I'm Ms. Charmaine. I'm the co-teacher of Monteca International Playschool. Today I'm here to assist Ms. Shamlina's presentation.
Yeah. Okay, so the 3-period name lesson is a very important aspect to Montessori. This is where we teach the child sounds, letters, numbers, colors, shapes. There's so much a child can learn through a 3-period name
Definitely.
lesson. Yeah, so today we are going to show you how we work with the 3-period name lesson when it comes to introducing sounds. Okay, so I have my sandpaper letters over here. Yeah, so it's made out of sand, paper. So the child will get a tactile impression, a muscle memory of the letter. So not only the sound, not only the visual of it, but also tactile impression. Yeah. So this is how we work with it. So first you place it in front of the child and you can tell the child that there's a black line and this line should be closer to you. So now the child knows which way to place the letter on the table. Okay, so first we are going to use, actually we had to first rub our little fingertips to get them warm. Okay, now you can trace. So we are going to use 2 fingers. And we have to trace very slowly. You can trace a few times, so I'll just trace one more time. Okay, now you can introduce your child to trace it. So Ms. Charmaine, would you like to trace?
Yeah, alright. So make sure you're only using 2 of your fingers. Okay, so at the end of the tracing only you can give the sound. So now we can tell the child that there are some words with the sound so the child can closely listen. So when I say apple, can you hear the sound a? Yes.
How about when I say ant?
Yep.
Axe.
Yes.
Mat.
Yes.
Fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all those sounds, all those words, you can hear the sound a. So this is the way you have to introduce the sound a or any other word or letter. So I'm going to place it in different parts of the table now. So a, Okay. The reason we place it in all parts is because the child should know that wherever this letter moves, it will still be a.
Right.
Okay. So the same way you have to introduce the other letters. So in name lessons, you need to use only 3 at a time. So it could be 3 letters, 3 numbers, 3 colors. Yeah. So let's assume that we have introduced the first period to the remaining letters. So we have k and n. Okay, so we can stick it up here. Alright. Okay, so Ms. Charmaine, can you show me a?
Here.
Can you show me k? Can you show me n?
Right.
Okay. Can you trace n?
Okay, so I'm gonna use my 2 fingers.
Alright. So can you trace k for me, please?
It's over here.
Okay. Can you trace a? So always invite the child to trace, because this is a tracing activity. It's important that he gets a lot of practice in tracing. Now you can also say commands like, can you hide a, can you place k on my hand please, can you place n on my lap. You can do so many commands, and this second period is the longest period. Yeah. So another thing you should do is just mix the letters now. Place it in different parts of the table. So we're using the ball here. Yeah. So when you move it around, the child should know, okay. Still, the child should be able to find the sounds. So can you show me a?
Over here.
Where is k?
Here.
Can you show me n? Okay. All right.
Sometimes the child might not be able to tell the sound, or they might forget like what's the name of each letter. It's okay. So for example, if I couldn't identify a, I thought it's so we can just say, oh, this is a. So you can invite them to trace the letter again and tell, I want Okay, so the child should be able to find the correct letter after tracing it again.
Yeah, because they have that muscle memory. So that's going to help them. So after a long second period, if you believe the child is confident to show us the correct letters, then we can ask the child, moving on to the third period,
right?
What is this?
K.
You can trace it.
Okay, so I'm gonna trace it and then say K.
Okay. Now can you trace and tell me what this is?
A.
Okay. Can you trace this and tell me what this sound is? Okay. All right. So that's how we work with. Okay. You can just. All right. Okay. So that's how we work with the name lesson. So there are 3 periods. So I'll just go through it one more time. The first period, we introduce the sound. The second period, we ask the child to show us where the sound is, give a few commands. And after a long second period, we move on to the third period, where we ask the child what it is.
Yeah. So before we start, we can always rub our hands and then remember to use 2 fingers so the child can feel the letters really well.
Yeah. So the same way as I mentioned earlier, we can introduce numbers. So we have the sandpaper ciphers also with sandpaper. So you can introduce 3 numbers that look quite different from each other. So when it looks the same, it's difficult.
It's confusing, right?
Yeah, and also not in order. If it's in order, the child, it might be easier for the child to recognize because it's in order.
Yeah.
So when it's isolated this way and scattered,
we can really check their understanding.
Exactly, and it's challenging to them. Yeah. So we have the sandpaper ciphers, and then you can also introduce colors. We have the color tablets, and we also have the classified pictures. So I'll just give a quick run through on how that works. So I have a picture of a bedroom. So this is the classified pictures to a bedroom. And then I'm just going to ask the child, okay, what do you see in the bedroom? And have a little talk about his bedroom, what he has in there. And then I can introduce, using 3 pictures, I can give some names. So I have a cupboard. So I can give a name lesson. And then I have bed. And I also have a bedside stool. Yeah. So this way you can even introduce shapes, countries. There's so much you can do with a 3-period name lesson.
Alright, so thank you, Ms. Shamlina, for the useful and practical presentation. I'm sure you can do it at home with your children as well. So that's all for our presentation for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Next week we'll be discussing the topic on storytelling. Right, so see you soon.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.